So if you wanted to, you could roast this thing whole. The main thing, if you want to roast it whole, is to make sure that its body is completely bound up so that the extremities don't cook faster. And if you don't have, there's a way you can, what they call truss it, where you tie it up like you get a rotisserie chicken. But if you don't have that, all you need to do is just take the legs, put them together, get some foil, and you can just tie the legs together, and then make sure you tuck the wingtips back. So all you're doing is just taking the wingtips and tucking them behind the shoulder blades. So, what we're going to do to break down the chicken is make 2 cuts right there. Cutting through the skin is all you're doing. Never, when you're breaking down a chicken, do you actually cut through bone. You only cut through cartilage. So once you break them down, if you're squeamish, look away. You're going to pop these out of the joints. If you turn this chicken over, you can see where you popped them out of the joints. The 2 most sought after pieces of any bird is the oyster muscles, and you can see them popping up right there. Those 2 little dimples. So all you're going to do, where you've made those 2 incisions, is cut down the skin to the oyster muscle. And once you get to that, you're going to make a little groove cut through the oyster muscle. And then now your knife will actually kind of glide straight through. Didn't cut any bone, all I did was cut the cartilage straight in between.
Where's that?
So there's that one. I'm going to do this one now. Same thing. You can see where we cut the oyster muscle out. The next thing I do is, if you look right here, this is where the breast meat is, and this is just skin. I usually cut through this, pull this down, and this is the backbone. Basically, you just break that backbone in half, and right where you broke through it, once again, right through cartilage. You can save this for chicken stock.
Where's that? Where's that, Mom? Where's that?
Now, the next thing, you can either cut your breast or cut the wings off, which I save for buffalo wings, which I'm going to go ahead and cut one side off. And all it is another joint right in here. And if you feel right up here on the top of their shoulder blade, you can feel where that joint's separated. So usually what I do is make an incision all the way around it, separate the joint, then once you get through it, once again go through the cartilage and not the bone. So now you have your wing, your drumette, and the wing tip. The next cut on that to get that, so hold your knife at an angle. Missed it. There it is. So you have your drumette, your wingtip. Bacon grease on there. So now all you're going to do is cut right down the breastbone. Just the middle of your breastbone. Using the tip of the knife, just cut right beside it. There's 2 pieces you're going to get out of this. You're going to get the breast and probably the most expensive part of the chicken, the chicken tender. Most chicken tenders you get aren't really tenders. They're pieces of breast meat. I don't know if you can tell on the phone the color of this, but the meat's not real white colored, which means it's an older chicken. Actually, this is an all organic, so this one actually had more muscle work. See how it's a little more yellow than most of them are kind of a pale pink. But that's where the tenderloin comes from. There's your breast. Leave the skin on and you can pull it off. And that's it. Just do the other side the same. One other thing, pull the breast meat off of this. Skin and fat you don't want to save for chicken stock. It's not good for anything. The only other thing is the leg and thigh. separating the leg and thigh. And if you look, there's a little fat line that runs right through here, and that most generally marks where the joint is, which is actually, it is right there. Just cut right through that, right through the cartilage. Now you have a leg and thigh. That's it.